Hey yo, this is another episode of the Steven from the Old Time Podcast. Listen to my dad, he's awesome.
Probably my favorite day of the year, probably the most exciting day of the year. But the prep for this episode is probably the most stressful time of the year, just as much as it is for Christmas, getting together with family, or doing anything around the holidays. But when we're here, we are here. Milenko, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, it's the end of the year review. I'm drinking vodka.
Oh, you're
Boys,
drinking
just
for once?
vodka and flavored water. My favorite combination now. I'm rocking with this.
And the only other person that needs to be on these episodes for the mid year and for the end of the year review, my dad himself still hasn't come back from getting milk, but he's here in the big ghost hoodie, always looking great.
That's right.
The Bobby the Brain Heenan of the Abyss podcast, Carl.
That is right. Thank you for having me again. I love it. My favorite podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Your guys is my favorite podcast as well. But I still have that. Why am I still waiting till 8 a.m. to get the episode when I am in my car at around 7? And I literally have a good 15 to 20 minutes before I get to work where I could hear you guys. Since it's my favorite pod and I'm your favorite pod, can you give me like a sneak to it? Can I get it before everybody else?
I will work that out. I will work that out. I'll find a way to get you authorization for early viewing.
I love it. I love it. Boys, we have a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, I was very excited to hear a new single. And we were talking about it for a couple of weeks. Me and Carl, we go back and forth in the DMs. But finally, Bomb Mars Now's new single, Trouble Checking Out, is here
Yes.
with incredible artwork to the point where Milenko was freaking out and didn't even have the words to express on how great that single art looked.
That's cool. That's awesome. Thank you.
It's here.
Yep. So that was an image of Dr. Hellmouth. A lot of people might know that my Instagram handle is Dr. Hellmouth. It was a runner-up choice for our band name when we were originally picking band names. And it's weird. We had actually gotten to Dr. Hellmouth through a number of different things because we were kind of wanting to do a Dr. Teeth and from the Muppets.
Okay.
And kind of worked around some other things. Hellmouths are an art kind of thing that Erica was really fascinated with, this kind of Hellmouth character. And so she had drawn a design up, and we've been wanting to put it on shirts and just hadn't yet. And when we were trying to cook up the artwork, I was like, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit. And there you go. That's the single art.
Single art is amazing. The track itself is amazing. I have to give you my review real quick because this is what I do.
Absolutely.
I sit down and I just listen and listen and listen. And Erica's voice is something people need to listen to. And the music, the musicality behind it, just how I think every single band member is differently influenced by so many genres of music, and you could actually hear it in the music. But the way Erica's voice is able to change drastically on the track,
Hmm.
and just towards the end, just her voice stands out so much. It's something I really haven't heard. And maybe it's because I don't listen to as much of that genre, or maybe I'm lost in it, but it's
Hmm.
something like I grew up listening to hardcore, I grew up listening to metal, so many bands, but her voice is so influenced by so many genres of music. And I love
Yes.
that because she's able to put that on a track and it's able to sound so good.
That's awesome. Yep, I agree. She is ridiculously talented, but part of that is also she really pushes herself. There and I will say this about female fronts in heavy metal, they have expanded a lot. Through the early 2000s, it was mostly singing. There were very few that would do the growling and the barking and screaming and things like that. And the ones that didn't sing very well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there are a lot more of them now that can do both of those things. And shout out to all of those women that are out there doing it. But Erica, it's something that she's done and has really, really kind of continued to work on and elevate since she started in metal.
That's amazing. But you could hear it, and
Mhm.
like she has so many different tones in her voice, the singing, the growling, the like that high pitch that she does, or like when she's singing and it extends the vocals.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna ask right now, whenever the project comes out, whether it's an EP or an album, I want to have you guys on.
Sure.
I want to have, whether it's you, the bandmates, Erica on, so we could review the album. We could go track by track. We could do everything that we do usually on the pod.
Yeah.
I think it's very important that, like, we shine a light on you guys. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the music. And this year, Milenko and me, we reviewed Despised Icon. And
Nice.
me and Milenko went to the show a couple of weeks ago. And
Yeah,
the guy
Despised
sitting
Icon
in
is incredible.
And that guy sitting in the chair there with the Boys in the Hood t-shirt is a fucking psychopath, because that dude was in the pit the whole time.
Yeah, I think I said with Steven or one or two track. I gassed out on the first ones. I got too excited. I got
Nice.
really too excited, and it was hot, and then I went back, and then the adrenaline just kicked over, and
Nice.
I was hurt. I came back. I was hurt from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we also did Deftones, right? So, like, if we can expand in a different way and we could just shed light, and you know what? A lot of people from like hip hop do enjoy that music,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, there's going to be another crossover show in January in New York, January 31st. Lukey's hosting it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's Royal Rumble. So I can't drive down because
No, I get it. I get it. I think
I
Primo Jab and I are trying to go up for it though.
look, if okay, it's the last day of me closing my store. But if we're not closing it that day and we close earlier and you guys are going, I might drive down for it. Fuck it. If you're all three gonna be there, I'll make the effort.
If that's going to happen, then we'll find a way to watch the Royal Rumble afterwards
Why not? If I do that, then you guys
from
meet
the
me halfway.
Airbnb.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
amazing.
have a party at the Airbnb after.
Royal Rumble.
Yep.
All right. So before again we get into why we're here, the year-end review lists.
Mm-hmm.
So two artists that kind of do this on a yearly basis that I did not expect to come out with an album this year, because they were both kind of quiet. One more than the other. Dropped two projects. One project that was available for purchase only on CD, vinyl, and tape, and is not on streaming. So we did not hear that yet. But then dropped another project. This is a public service announcement to them before we talk about the record. Please stop doing this. As it just, and I'm not kidding, as it adds so much stress and anxiety to my life, and I don't need any more of this. So as much as I love you both as artists, please stop doing this. I appreciate it greatly. And I'm talking about Mickey Diamond and Big Ghost with
That's right.
Wolf Tickets. Is it
Yes.
Wolf's Ticket or Wolf
Tickets?
Tickets?
Wolf
Tickets.
Tickets. Yeah, and the other one was $sign Diaries.
Yeah, absolutely. That we haven't heard, that I
which
purchased anyways.
some of us haven't heard.
Exactly. Which some of us haven't heard. I love it.
But anyway, yes, it's crazy because this now makes 7 projects that the two of them have collaborated on, which obviously puts him in the #1 spot for artists that have worked with Big Ghost. That's definitely a rarefied spot to be in when he's worked with so many greats.
Mhm.
But he's one of my favorite all-time rappers as it is, so I can understand why he would want to continue to work with him. He just produces, and everything he says is fucking dope.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I pressed play on this project and I literally sat back and said, I really want to not enjoy it so that I don't have to go back to it and I could focus on the. It's true. Nothing's a
No,
lie.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Where I'm like,
I ran it all day yesterday, and I shouldn't have.
and I was talking about it in the group chat with Milenko and Derek and Milenko when he expresses himself, it's either Jesus Christ or fuck.
Yeah.
And that's when you know that something is hitting hard.
Yeah, I think I said, yeah. And you sent the same song twice. I'm like, Steven, you just talked about the song. Come the fuck out. He sent the song, and then he talked about it a bit, and then he resent the same song. I'm like, Steven, it's okay. We don't need to send the fucking song. We know what you're talking about. It's so funny. So funny.
But real quick, on first listen, I'm going to say that I thoroughly, after 14, 15 listens in the same day, and then another 2 times this morning, I'm loving this project from...
I'll show the conversation. I'll show the conversation on here. It's going to appear here. It's so funny. I'm just, all capitals, I just wrote tabarnak. Tabarnak.
But look, the two did it again. And I love the soundscape on here, and I literally messaged Big Ghost because the Michael Knight song to me just brings me into the 80s type
Knight Rider,
right?
That's the song. That's the song you sent twice.
Like, and it's kind of, I've never heard that from either of these two, and it sounded so crisp, so well put together. And then the rest of the record, the last 2 songs after that, just was like, you guys, if you guys literally make an album with these 3 songs in that type of soundscape, it would just be mind blowing, because it sounded so 80s movie. Like I kind of was like, is this like Ninja Turtles movie where they're like in the underground in that arcade? It kind of gave me that vibe. And just the record itself is just, look, fuck, I can't say it's impossible to say that this is bad. It's impossible. So, Carl, your first reaction?
I mean, yeah, I instantly, I've said this for the last couple of releases that they've had. I know what I'm going to get from them, and they could give me 100 more albums, and I'm here for all of them. And they don't disappoint. Every time it's this unbelievable flow, not just from Mickey, but from the way Big Ghost puts the tracks together in the album, the sequencing of it. I played it through the first time and instantly just started it again. And the second time through, I said, this is going to be a no skip album. Because I, at that point, automatically couldn't find a song in there that I wouldn't want to listen to in that particular order.
Yeah.
You know,
balance.
So yeah, amazing. Yeah, amazing record.
Such balance, and you have Black Tears on there, and the song "You Don't Love Me." Is that the name of the record? Like, just 2 songs out of left field that just really fit perfectly, like at those positions that they are.
You
on
can't
the
buy
album.
love.
Yeah, you can't.
You
buy
can't
love.
buy love. Yeah, but there again, that's Mickey being smooth, but also being completely open and honest with people, which is great. You know, and Mickey does this, like No Liquor Before 12, and you know, Mickey is not afraid to be honest and give you different facets of him.
That's what makes him great.
100%.
That's what makes him great. And like, after we're done this, I'm probably gonna take the next 2 weeks and just continuously listen to that record, like, for sure. Milenko, first thoughts?
I don't want to say much. I'll leave it for the next episode. I don't want to say.
So I guess we're reviewing.
You guys are reviewing it. Okay.
I don't want to say more. It's just, yeah. I it's
Jesus Christ and
Mickey. It's
fuck.
Mickey. Yeah, it was a big like it was tabarnak. You guys gonna see it on the chat. I'm gonna put the whole conversation. That's all. That's all. You're gonna see glimpses of songs out there, but um, yeah. I mean, again, at the end of the year, cocksuckers. That's annoying. That's fucking annoying. It doesn't count for 2025 for me. It's gonna count for next
Yeah,
year.
I can't.
See, and I'm gonna disagree with you guys because
Oh, there you go. We got the
if
list.
I had time to review it before we did this episode, then it made my 2025. Anything that releases at midnight tonight or later is tough luck. But
Oh, so your cutoff date is midnight tonight. My cutoff date was the 15th.
my cutoff date is whenever we do the episode. If I haven't heard it yet, it can't be part of the project,
Okay.
right? It can't be part of the list.
So top
But I
Hooter,
heard it. I heard it, so it's in there.
top Hooter Machacha. Sorry, we'll put you on next year. All right, let's
Yep.
get into the reason why we're here.
Yep.
We're gonna give you 4 different lists. We added a new one this year. We're gonna start off with Underdog Underrated Artist of the Year. Then we're gonna give you Producers of the Year, Artists/Rappers of the Year, and then top 10 albums of the year. And just for everybody to be aware of, because I think I need to mention this, these lists were made individually by all 3 of us. So Milenko has his list, Karl has his list, I have my list. There
We
was
did not
no
share anything.
exactly. I have no idea what's on any of these two's lists. Nobody, absolutely nobody influenced our decision making, and absolutely nobody paid me to put them on the list. Unless you got paid.
I got paid.
Unless there's 4 digits, I might take the money, but it has to start with 4 digits. But yeah, this is just basically on our feelings, the way we feel, and our personal favorites of the year, whichever list, whichever category we're talking about.
Yep.
So we're gonna kick it off with the Underdog Underrated Artist of the Year, and this one we're only gonna give you one, but I do have 2. I have one for producer and I have one for artist. Sorry, I'm already breaking the whole fucking point of doing this, but I had to.
Already.
Okay, I'm gonna kick this one off. So the Underdog Underrated Artist of the Year for me is Jalen Frazier. I think the dude was a big underdog this year. He put out the project Ethics of War with the phenomenal God Bless Beats.
Yep.
That to me
it was a great project.
Great project. And I remember exactly where I was when that project came out. I was on the way to Disney with my family in July or June. And I'm telling you, that was like the soundtrack to just me in the airport. I kept replaying it over and over. It was a good solid 22 minutes. But I just fairly enjoy him. And he was on Slime Stew 2 also. So I just find him a great artist, and I think people need to know who he is. He also put out a project with Machacha this year, and he's just a really, really great artist. And I'm hoping to hear more from him in 2026. And a lot of people need to hear who this dude is. So if you don't know who Jalen Frazier is, please check him out. And my producer that I'm putting up here is Vincent Price. Vincent Price did a phenomenal job with both Slick Jack projects this year. He's a producer from Montreal. He's a great dude. He literally, the way he makes his beats, and he explained it on our last episode, the Slick Jack and Vincent Price episode that we did live in the studio. Like, just his thought process behind him making beats makes so much sense when you hear those projects, because it's all the pieces of the puzzle put together. And I think he did, like, he's a movie guy. So he's able to find different things from movies, whether it's a sample, whether it's a skit, and be able to integrate it in his project. And I love that because it gives you that movie feel. Milenko, Underdog Underrated?
For me, the Underdog for our 2025 is Chez Noir.
Mm.
Chez Noir is a. I know she's getting a little bit more traction, but I feel like she's still not on people's list, and I don't hear her. I don't hear much conversation around her. This year she pulled out like four major albums, and they're all great. She went against all biggest lyricists in the underground, and she held her own. All she is not afraid. She's not afraid. So we reviewed Desire Crowns. We reviewed Season Babylon. Those I ranked high. She released No Validation and The Color of Chocolate 2 this year. So solid body of work and lyrics, storylines all the time. She's just a top lyricist. I think. I mean, I don't see how people don't put her on list of rappers and stuff. So yeah,
She also got
inspirational.
a very nice shout out from Nas on
Yep,
the new Light Years album, Bouquet for the Ladies,
yep.
which is a track off of the new album. He names Amani Caesar and a lot of different female rappers, and Chez Noir is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
I still think she's the underdog. I still think she underdog. I don't see that she get the recognition of another lyricist. So I see other rappers that are way less content driven and lyricism driven that are getting way more traction. So that's one for me.
Amazing.
Hmm.
Carl?
So my pick is Action Figure.
Oof, that's a good pick.
Um, and I want to say he had like 10 releases this year with EPs and
Mhm.
albums,
A lot. Yeah.
like ridiculous. And he's elevated his craft. You know, I will tell you that, he's got an album that's in my top 10. He's in my top five for rapper artist of the year. And I don't think enough people know who he is. If you're looking for him, Action Figure 973 would be how you would look for him on Google or any of that. Just so you don't end up with a search full of GI Joe figures and such.
Yeah.
Wrestling
Yeah. Yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really feel like he's come into his own this year and really, and I don't want to use the term blossomed, but he really has really found his groove.
Yeah. It's crazy to see that come up from him and what he was able to accomplish this year.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy, and I was gonna talk about it after because he's on my list too. Is he's literally the way he was able to push himself forward and do a lot of it on his own
Hmm.
is just amazing to see.
Yeah, to me, he definitely fit the underrated underdog category, for sure.
I like this new category.
Yeah, yeah, it's a neat category.
So let's move on to producers of the year. We're gonna
Hmm.
we're gonna give you five, and we're gonna start this bad boy off with Milenko.
Yes, sir. Last year, was it last year or maybe mid-year? Me and Carl almost have the same list. So I'm
Mid-year.
glad mid-year, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
happy with to go first this one. I don't think we're gonna have the same one on this.
Probably not, but maybe.
So number five, Nicholas Craven. Um, again, I think he's making so many moves in the underground, and his beats are still out there. He had really great projects this year, really good singles. He helped Vincent Price on a couple of songs with Slick Jack. Great albums with Boldy James, um, and all around and Montreal. He's been helping a lot, making a lot of moves.
With
Number
Mike
four,
Shab, with also working with Mike Shab. I love that.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Number four, Apollo Brown.
Mm.
Great year this year. Um, I still think he's so an underdog. I still find him being an underdog, and people don't recognize him enough. And he has something that I love. I don't know why, but the touch he gives to the beats and is always something that I love so much. and making an album with Crime Apple definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
Third one, yeah, third one. He didn't do much. He didn't have much albums this year, but the ones he did was quality. Conductor Williams. Conductor Williams gives great beats of freestyles. A lot of new artists are on Conductor Williams beats. That helps them to come out and differentiate a bit. Number two, we have the opposite side. Someone that just worked the whole year, Machacha. Um, how can he not be in this top five? I don't know. The guy, I think he rap with everyone. He has. I think maybe my grandmother is gonna have an album with him soon,
And it sounds great, like
And
probably
it
it's
sounds
gonna
fucking great.
sonically be amazing.
and sonically probably be amazing. So again, how the fuck the guy has to have that time? I don't know. How did he sleep? Does he sleep? I don't think so. So is he a real human? I don't even know.
I don't
He
think
might be
so.
three. He might be three.
Cyborg.
Probably he's half man, half a beat machine. I have no
Yeah.
idea. And number one, Mike Schaap. Mike Schaap did the best beats this year. Simple as that. I think his albums. I don't know how people don't see it. I have no idea. I have no idea how people don't see it. Estinac had a great single with Tabarnak, with Mike Schaap on production. He did his own albums. He had an album with Saint Sucré here in Montreal, our French album. Fight the Power, Shabba Van Gogh. Like, those beats, to me, I think is probably the closest you can get from a Rock Marciano beat. I don't see no one being that experimental. And he just released a beat album, Melted Faces, like 2 weeks ago. That's fire. So yeah, to me, best 2025 was his. To be honest, I think he has the best beats in my eyes and the ones that I listen the most.
lovely list, Milenko. Lovely list.
Very good.
I'll go next, and we'll end it off with Carl. Number 5 for me was Bone Hueso. Look, this year was really the year that I got into Bone Hueso's production, and he did an amazing job with that Bori Rock project, Infinite Wave. He did a great job with the Hidden Splash, with Hidden Character. The stuff that he's done with Estinac. I just find his, like, what he's able to accomplish with his style of production really gives that sound to those dudes like Estinac, like the Hidden Character. It gives them that, like, when you hear them, you know that it's produced by Bone Hueso. It's like a specific sound for them. And I think he's done a great job this year with that production. Number 4, Spanish Ran. We like Spanish Ran, man, and the stuff he does with Blue Azul is just incredible. Incredible. The layers and the layers on top of layers that he gives to artists. And he's another producer who's able to tap into so many different bags with the artists. Is just amazing. Like last year, the UFO Thief stuff he did. And I know we're talking about a different year, but those sound so different. So the soundscape is so out of this world compared to what he's able to give to Blue Azul or Tree Mason. Like, he creates amazing sounds. And the amazing thing about him is it sounds New York. To me, it's his soundscape sounds like it's from New York. Number 3, Grubby Paws. What he did with Coldest Combo Ever was just, to me, fucking incredible. Just fucking incredible. And
Neck and Vino, great album.
Right? Like, great album. And he did the Blue Hill Bill project also. Like, those sounds were just fucking incredible, almost grimy, almost very left field, just really, really stood out to me. And again, he is able to give sounds to those guys. You know, it's a Grubby Paws production. Number two, God bless Beats. God fucking bless Beats. Slime Slew 2, the stuff he did with Mondo Slade, Jalen Frazier.
Masks and Bandanas.
Fuck.
Yep.
How many times have I been speaking about Masks and Bandana? Every time we review a record, I kind of always go back to that record. The dude is just a chameleon. He could give you anything, anything. And I know I sound redundant. The dude is just amazing as a producer. Amazing. And number one is Machacha. Like at that point, it's like it's fair game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Machacha has produced 655 records this year, and all 655 are good, if not great. Carl, your turn.
Oof. All right. So I'm going to start with my honorable mention is actually God Bless Beats. Three really, really incredible albums. He was also one of my choices for Underdog of the year. Masks and Bandanas is in my top 10 for the year. Just I love his production. I love the work that he puts in. My number 5 is going to be kind of weird because I always stick with underground, but it's DJ Premier. And I will tell you, DJ Premier has put in a lot of work this year. He's got 3 albums, but he also, worked on several other albums, producing tracks, Mobb Deep and some different stuff. But I also think that for me, it's the fact that he is working in this underground. He's got the Ransom album, the Reinvention was amazing. I will say this, I wasn't a huge fan of the beats for Light Years. There was about 2 tracks that I loved the beats. 3 other tracks that I liked the beats, and then I felt like the rest of them were kind of phoned in. But you'll see on the next episode of The Abyss when we talk about it. I really feel like I've misplaced my dislike for Hit Boy, because I don't think it's Hit Boy doesn't make good beats. I think Nas wants these kind of beats. And I think Nas and people will say Nas has questionable skill at choosing good beats. I think he's entitled to pick whatever kind of beats that he wants. But I still feel like the production value of that record was fantastic. And so, he was my number 5. My number 4 is Big Ghost. And I technically shouldn't have put him in there, because one of the things that I get sad about is when they don't release stuff digitally. But then he allowed me to have a copy of it digitally so I could listen to it, and it's $ Diaries is fucking amazing. So, but Big Ghost did a lot. I mean, he worked with the God Rakim this year. He's produced some of the dopest merch in this game.
Quality. It looks quality.
Yeah, I just feel like the projects that he put out this year were just top quality. Then number 3 is Tremendous. He had 3 projects this year. One of those being Diamond Cutter with Diamond Dallas or Mickey Diamond, and I love that crossover of Feed the Family and The Umbrella. It shows you that both of those camps are elite. They're not elitist. And I love that about this underground. But I think Tremendous put in great work. the work that he's put. So that's my number three. My number two is Body Bag Ben.
Hmm.
Um, for me, I think they were my favorite beats of this year. Um, I love how he drives a kick drum. I love how, you know, it's just Thousand Yard Stare was ridiculous. Um, and then my number one is Machacha. Um, I mean, how can you argue with a man that puts in that much work? From, water to, I mean, he's worked with everybody. I can't wait for Malenko's grandma's record to come out. That'll
Yeah,
be
coming
awesome.
out next year.
Um, but yeah, Ghost Orchid, ridiculous. Just such an amazing album. Action Figure with The Most Interesting Man. I mean, just so many incredible albums this year.
Andre the Saint.
He's yeah. I mean, he's definitely my number one for this year. I can't make an argument for anything else. That's
I mean,
ridiculous
he's
work.
been doing our list for producer for the last 2 years, either number two or one.
Yep. Yep.
So that's crazy.
He put out Eye of the Beholder with Jalen Fraser. I didn't mention the name before,
Right.
but it's his most recent
Recent.
one.
Yep.
And it was just fucking like just I you put out so many projects, but none of the beats sound similar.
No. And he's so tapped in because he'll find these artists that, like, when he did Leadline Wall with Vega 7, nobody really knew who Vega 7 was in 2022. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jalen Fraser just, kind of on that cusp of really kind of gaining a fan base. And there's Machacha to throw out an incredible body of work. I think it's incredible how tapped in he is to this underground space,
Mm-hmm.
and how quickly he recognizes talent and puts that talent on.
And if you've ever noticed, and I know you did, Carl and Malenko too, just how his production never falls flat.
Mm-mm.
And like um we all listen to very different genres of music and a variety of genres, but how clear his beats sound, whether if it's his drums, whether it's his, a snare or just a violin or a sample or whatnot, everything sounds clear. Everything sounds on the same level, right? Nothing ever sounds mismatchy
No,
or too background or not put together or too compressed. It never sounds like that.
no, it's
It,
incredibly well mixed.
yeah, and he's great. He's fucking great at that.
Absolutely.
So producers, those were our producers, top five producers from each of us. We are gonna get into artists slash rappers of the year, and I'm gonna go first so that nobody goes in any of your DMs and wants to kill you or hate on you or any of that stuff. But again, these lists are made by us individually. And my list was basically done off of consistency, whether the person put out 2, 5, 6, 155 records. It's just a consistency within the projects and how different also the projects sounded. Not always putting out 5 records and they all sound similar. That's the way I like to make my lists. So we're gonna go with number 5, and number 5 is going to be Este Nac.
A good
and
choice.
and I feel like the last couple of times we did these lists, I never put Este Nac in them, and I don't find that I myself give him the credit he deserves. But over the last couple of months, actually the whole year, sorry, he's been literally giving us top tier projects,
Hmm.
and not only the projects that he gives us, but also how he curates other people's albums, like he did with Bori Rock. You know, like he knows what he's doing. He has an ear for this stuff, and he's able to tap into these artists and give them a lot of value. And just his finishing touch on it really makes these albums shine. like just putting like Bonueso with Boy Rock and how great that album sounded. You know what I mean? Brap 2 with V
Rap 2
Don.
is great. Yep.
You know, did I like it more than the first? No, the first was the first, but they tapped into a different sound on here. And when I listen to Estenac and I just put them on, I'm just able to like it's just so an interesting ride. It's an interesting mindset that it gets that I get into, and I just find him such an interesting individual. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Blue Azul. I loved all the projects he put out. The ones with Spanish Ran, the ones with Good Food, his live performance as well. Milenko, we had the honor to see him in person, and I find that Blue Azul makes the music that I enjoy. He put out Sacre Blue, he put out Deja Blue, and he put out Blue Velvet, and that's sometimes we get so much similarities within the underground or just in hip hop in general that just to sit back and just absorb a different sound within music or just a different artist and lyricism and how he's able to present it to us, and he hits the spot for me. Number 3 is going to be Ferris Blusa. With the numerous amounts of projects that he put out, he never missed one of them. Never missed one of them. He was consistent. He worked with different producers. He just always gave us great bodies of work. He never uses an abundance amount of features either, and I really respect that. He's able to really put the right features at the right place. One of my favorite projects from him this year was So Help Me God, and that album just really, really stood out to me. And I just think he does a great job. Like the Blue Azul, he just is able to tap into a different bag. He gives us more of that underground, but like more of that southern type of style. And he's an artist that I find he worked with Machacha, by the way. Just if nobody knew that, he worked with Machacha.
That was a Wino Willie project, though, wasn't it?
Uh, so
So help me God.
was Wino Willie, yeah,
Yeah.
and To God Be the Glory was with Machacha.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he put out God, and that's when I saw God, and just 2 weeks ago, Let Go and Let God, and he's just a really enjoyable artist. He gives me a different sound, different tone of voice too, and I consider him the modern day Scarface. Number 2, action figure. You said it, Carl, before, and you're probably going to mention it on your list. He really pushed himself forward this year and gave us an amazing amount of music and always stayed consistent. Always stayed consistent. And I just love myself wrestling and hip hop. You know what I mean? And he does it perfectly. Perfectly. And Doom was right. Look, he's also a producer. If people didn't know, he produced all of Doom Was Right. He was able to give us that soundscape and give us those bars, and he did a phenomenal job with it. Phenomenal job with it. And let's throw in Craig Dyer in there with those fucking insane cover arts.
Shout out Craig.
And gave just a different level to those records. So shout out Action Figure for the amazing year. Congratulations to him. And my number one artist of 2025 is Mr. Andre the Saint.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Hey, fucking, he put out 4 projects. 4 different sounding projects, 4 different soundscapes, an album with Machacha. We had him on this podcast where we were able to break down every single track. Like, the dude has a different mindset. Okay, I can't wait for you to see what I have in my top 10. Okay, Don't Meet Your Heroes, that sound and what he was able to deliver to us on there.
Yeah.
He just put in Count the Bodies 2 with Hell's Own. The
Mm-hmm.
album Open Up Shop with Don Carrera. Like, please
The
correct
Black
me if
Teddy Santis.
all right with Machacha. But like,
Mm-hmm.
guys, please correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't mind if you guys call me out tonight. But like, tell me any of those albums sound the same.
No,
Mm-mm.
not at all. I totally agree.
And we heard from him last year. You know what? And I was able to discover him through the Abyss podcast. And what really saw with his project last year with Machacha. And then I was like, man, this guy just has such a like a well versatile sound to him. What can he do more? And this
Mm-hmm.
year he really fucking showcased that. He really like proved me like this guy is a top tier artist in the underground.
Yep.
Carl?
Okay. So I actually have two honorable mentions here. One of them is Mickey Diamond. Um, I loved the Diamond Cutter project with Tremendous. Um, and on my early listens of the other two, Dollar Sign Diaries and Wolf Tickets, I'm in love. But I made him honorable mention because one of those isn't available to the general public, and one of those just dropped, and I really haven't had time to sit with it. So I don't think it's fair to elevate him further than that. But if he feels bad about my choice, he's still one of my favorite rappers of all time. So, um, no disrespect intended. My other honorable mention is Nas. I don't normally choose anything other than underground, but he can still rap so incredibly well. I don't care if I don't like the beats that he raps to on a lot of occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's just ridiculous. He's amazing. All right, so my official choices though. Number 5 is Crime Apple. Um,
Tom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums with Bulletproof Chick just dropping. Bulletproof Chickens.
Yep.
But I think he just had a really great year. Great albums. Number 4 is Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
3 projects this year. Brown Body Bags with Body Bag Ben was amazing. Estes Method, Shuffle with the Left. My number 3 is Andre de Saint, for all of the reasons that you just went into. Um, I love what he raps about as much as I love the way he raps about it. Um, and so, him basically having an album in 2022 and then Cult Classique in 2024, which was a very impactful album for me. I love seeing him follow up that with 4 really amazing releases this year. My number 2 is Action Figure. And we've already kind of waxed poetic, but Doom is Right was, um, to me, such an amazing album because from the title, you would think that because he is a fan of Doom, this was going to be a knockoff of a Doom album. And it wasn't. It was a love letter to Doom and what Doom taught him. But it was completely Action Figure, in the production and in the rhymes. So my number 1 spot has to go to UFO Feeve. Um, Pyramid. Um, he had Ghost of Albezo 2 with Big Ghost, which was amazing. Hustle Weed and Music, which was fantastic. Um, and Thousand Yard Stare, I have spoken about so much, and I will continue to, especially when we get to the album of the year title. So,
Amazing list.
Great list.
Milenko, I'm very excited for this list.
mm-hmm.
So we all have. So in my number 5, we all have it on our list. Andre the Saint. Andre the Saint came out with incredible album this year. The Black Teddy Santis was an album that I enjoyed a lot, and just his character and his lyricism, I think, took a big step up. So he's on my number 5. Number 4, Moneybag Ransom. Ransom is just fucking elite. I think I was extremely disappointed with this DJ Premier album, thinking he could have had a bigger impact. It wasn't bad, but the episode, if you go back, you have all my. It was just underwhelming, but lyrically, you can't say nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. His last project that we also reviewed was fucking, the bars on there insane. So yeah, Ransom on number 4. Number 3, he's back again to me again. My top artist. This was my top artist on Spotify. It's Mike Shab. Mike Shab all around. I fuck with his lyricism and his beat making, and his albums, his construction, his head is so left field. I love it. Number 2 is my mainstream pick, Clips, but mainly Malice. It is for Malice. I think Malice coming back from 15 years. The best verses in the mainstream is Malice.
That was an excellent album. That Clips album is great.
To me, the best verses that I heard of mainstream, is Malice. I think all around, it's funny to me. I hate to put the mainstream and the underground separately, because I think that Malice just had the best verses. I think you're the best rapper. And my number one, Ty motherfucking Ferris, baby. Ty is a fucking destroyer. Get the fuck out of his way, okay? I'm sorry, but his his projects are another level. I think he's, and I didn't know he was a battle rapper. That I have the confirmation after. I questioned it while listening to the episode, because his lyricism makes me feel like a battle. But battle rappers cannot be good. Battle rappers don't make good albums. They never do. They never been real. That's why the battle rappers, they stick to their lane. It's difficult to make an album. Ty Farris is the best. He's able to do those fucking scheme verses and those heavy punchlines, and it's not corny, and it's not too much of a battle. Like, that guy, I flow. The structure of the albums that he makes, he doesn't play. He really doesn't play. To me, I was astonished at what he did this year. My top artist, by far.
I had no idea that you were gonna put him at number 1. That's fucking incredible. That's awesome.
He had two projects this year, right?
Yeah.
Timing of a Tarantula was one of them, but Run Toward the Monster.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Both. I think the best bars, the best punchlines, he has them. So,
by the way, I'm gonna correct both of yous on this. And Timing of a Tarantula was in 2024, and I asked him what year he considers it, and he says, "Well, the physicals dropped in 2024, so it's a 2024 release."
It's listed online as a 2025 album.
Yeah, I could show you the messages with me and Ty, and it says it in there. 2024.
Yeah, but you're saying Ty is to be trusted over Google?
100%. He made the album.
So yeah.
Well, that's ChatGPT. See what they say. And if they say 2025 Ty, I'm sorry, man. I gotta go with ChatGPT because it rules the world.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the final list. The stress ball of the year, the anxiety levels of the year, all that stuff that gave me 3 naps today. Carl, we're gonna start off with you.
Yep.
I'm gonna sit back, drink some water, and we're gonna get into Carl's top 10 albums of the year.
Okay, so with number 10, and I promise you, this isn't because I work with the man. I promise you. Revenge of Jab Goblin is my number 10 album. I I love what Hobgoblin brought to that project. I love that Primo Jab wasn't going to allow the first one to not be topped because that's what they did. Was they came out with an Empire Strikes Back better than A New Hope. It to me the production and the rapping is flawless on it. It's fantastic. Um,
The cover. Can we
yeah, okay,
please?
okay, yeah. Someone cool did the cover work.
Yeah. Like if why didn't we make posters for that? Why didn't we do a bunch of shit with that? Because
I mean, he's got T-shirts and hoodies and stuff.
it's the best artwork of the year. I'll fight anyone. Okay, I'll turn let's go. I'm sorry that fucking like, and trust me, I'm not lying. Okay, because I sent something into somebody today. Okay, and
Mhm.
you can ask them if I'm lying.
I will say this: I'm immensely proud of the work E and I did on that. Both. Obviously Erica's drawing skills are unmatched. But I had a lot of fun kind of recreating a comic cover with that and playing with the lettering and just the design layout for it in general. I think just came out so smooth. So yeah, I'm immensely proud of that artwork. But that wasn't part of my choice for why I love that album. So I
Gives
just wanted to
value.
go on record. Number nine, Masks and Bandanas. Mondo Slade, one of the best to do it. God bless, yeah, God bless Beats. Just a fantastic record. Number eight, Doom was right. Action figure. Um, Number seven, it has to be 2025 because it's on my list. So I'm saying 2025, Timing of a Tarantula,
Nice.
is number seven. And if you say it's 2024, well then fuck you. Um,
Me.
then number six would be Ghost of Albizu 2, Big Ghost and UFO Thief. Diamond Cutter was my number five.
Wow.
Diamond Cutter.
That's Tremendous and Mickey Diamond. Dirt Wave 3 is my number four. And that's Pro Dillinger and Future Wave. Ghost Orchid is my number three. Vega 7. What a ridiculous lyricist. And Machacha. Um, Brown Body Bags was number two. Body Bag Ben and Danielson.
Wow.
Yeah, I could listen to Danielson read Moby Dick and I'd be into it.
Have you ever seen him live?
Yeah,
Fucking incredible, right?
yeah, amazing, amazing.
Fucking great dude also.
I got to see him and Pro on stage at the same time.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Fire.
Thanks for the
yeah,
invite.
yeah. Well, that was the South Carolina show
I,
that like 30 people attended, and I got to see Al Divino. I got to see Snotty and Pro and
wait a second. Wait a
Maze
second.
Overlay and YL and Starker.
Al Divino is an actual person. He really exists in the flesh.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
oh yeah.
I just thought he was an alien this whole time.
Oh, he might be an alien, but he was definitely in the flesh.
Okay, good.
He exists.
Amazing.
And my number one album, if you haven't guessed, because I mention it so many times, Thousand Yard Stare, Body Bag Ben, UFO Thief. Um, you know, I can't say enough about that record.
Fucking great. Like your number one and number two has Body Bag Ben production.
Yeah, but then Machacha has like four others in this grouping. So
But I get what you say with Body Bag Ben because he does give us that there's so much, like when he did that album with Vega, Kawasaki Killers, it just added a layer on top of this what we like in the underground, like with heavy drums, like the heaviness, right?
mhm.
It's almost like the heavy metal of like what we like, right?
Well, I mean, it's the boom bap that we're we're looking for. So, I know Rock Marciano really kind of um, brought drumless beats to another level. And a lot of producers have kind of followed suit in, playing with drumless beats or
Mhm.
very low drum beats and things like that. And I'm fine with it. And what Vega 7 the Ronin has shown me is that if the rapping's great, a drummer can be totally cool with a drumless beat. Because whenever I used to listen to drumless beats before, I was just putting a beat in my head because that's what I would do. I'd sit behind a drum set and I'd go, well, this is what needs to go there. But when I heard Body Bag Ben, Kawasaki Killers with Vega, I realized, oh shit, as much as I could listen to Vega without drums, listening to it with drums is a whole other level that I am like blown away by. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing list. Love the list. I'm actually like, I was kind of like, oh shit, are we gonna have some similarities? We might, but I love your list. I really, really do. And it's making me really scratch my head about my list and why the fuck didn't I add some of those on my list? And that's where the whole day of just going back and forth. But I'm locked into my list. But I love your list. Amazing list, Carl. Malenko, do you want to go last? You want me to go now?
No,
let you.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. I got
Christ.
honorable mentions. I got no in no particular order. I got Earl Sweatshirt, Live, Laugh, Love. Great album for a comeback. Loved it. It's probably one of my favorite album of his in a long time. Probably, I think it's my favorite album of his. Slick Jack, Vincent Price, The Price You Pay, really grew on me. Especially now that we talked to them and had that conversation and the whole structure of the album, how they made it, I kind of like it even more. Josiah the Gift, The Happening, was in my list for mid-year. I didn't have much of the replay value, but the songs they stuck with me. And one of the albums that surprised me the most this year, that again grew big time on me, is Shaikh Anif, The Hand That Feeds. Fucking, I did not expect that from him.
I have that on my list.
Oh, there you go. And yeah, that is a quality fucking album. A great way to discover him, and I'm gonna be attentive of what he does. It really made a big mark on me.
And a step up from an amazing album in the Wilderness of North America.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I think it's a real big step up for me discovering him on this. I think it really covers what I was thinking, knowing him from Feed the Family. So I think it made a great way to separate both work.
Malenko, you're fucking 110% right, because Feed the Family is so different than what Shake and
yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I love that album. The storytelling on this was incredible, sequencing, beautiful. So let's start with number 10, an album nobody talked about. We didn't review it. I'm so fucking mad. This grew on me like crazy. Black Milk and Fat Ray, Food for the Gods. This album made me think, okay, I might love that Detroit sound better than Atlanta sound. If you gave me the choice of for the rest of my life, get Atlanta music or Detroit, I don't know which one I would pick, but I was thinking about it.
I'll live in Atlanta. I'd pick Detroit music over it any day.
Because you lose Outkast.
Yes.
But whatever.
That's true.
I have a Black Milk and Fat. I love those fucking beats. The album flows so well. I just love the storytelling of Fat Ray on here, and Black Milk is just, the beats are fucking insane. I've been loving his beats since I'm like 13 years old. So yeah, nothing changed. Number 9. Number 9. When we review it, I didn't think none of it. And fuck, I went back to it the whole year, tabarnak. West Side Gun 12. I didn't want to. I was like, I don't know why. it came out, and that's because of Spotify. And I'm like, I listened to that much. Like, I didn't figure that I was going back to it. And you know what? I thought that West Side Gun didn't have much of a year. Looking back at it, I've listened to all his projects multiple times, and West Side 12, I fucking I love it. I love the sequencing. I love the name. I forgot the name of the artist that's on a couple songs here and there. Who does the singing parts a bit more.
Brother Sos, what's his name?
Yeah, something like that. I'm sorry, I forget the name. If I can get it quick, I'll get it. But yeah, the sequencing is just, again, what can I fucking say? I love spaghetti. And he's been giving me the best spaghetti for the last 10 years. So, for the last 10, you know what I mean? So, I love it. I'm still going to eat the whole thing. I'm still going to eat it on Friday. Like, that's exactly West Side Gun for me. So,
it's my favorite from him since 8A and B.
Yes, definitely. Me too. And I didn't think much of it. And I went back to it all the time.
Brother Tom Sos.
Brother Tom Sos,
Yeah.
thank you. I was scrambling to look for it. Thank you. Number 8, this is a totally biased choice. Nobody heard of this. Montreal is in French. Is Roger La Vie Rapide Deluxe. This is trap music, well made, flossing, talk about luxury rap, finesse, like la finesse, la jeune finesse. Roger, I loved it. It's a trap album, okay? That this is probably one of the best sequence trap beats album that I heard ever. Shout out to Freaky. The sequencing is insane. It blew my mind how one song to another, because they all flow together. It's easy with the drums and 808s, I guess, but just the way it works and how Roger ups on those beats is amazing. Number 7, Tyler the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass. Fucking perfect. Except the intro is mostly perfect album. Probably the songs that I listened the most this year. Number 6 just came out. We didn't review it. Mike Shab, Fight the Power. Fucking enjoy that album. Probably the one that I listen the most now. And those beats, the way he sampled reggae, the way he uses reggae to make and the mix. All those ad-libs, all those weird beats that he makes, those outros in the middle of albums and stuff. Again, I think he's the best head for music right now, for instrumental music. I don't see no one getting close. And I would argue with anyone. I don't think. Name me a producer. I don't think they're close of his mind.
Out of the Box producer, and Vic Spencer mentioned that when he was on the pod.
Yeah, he got those. He got the best ones. He got my favorite beat, Underground King on Shava Van Gogh is probably my favorite beat of all year. Number 5, Evidence on Learning Volume 2. Put respect on Evidence name. That album resonated with me so much. I loved every single bit of it. When I go back for this and the list and all that, it was a no-brainer. It still gave me the chills every time. Unlearning Volume 2. 4, it was my number 1 for the demi-show de l'année. So for the mid-year, it was my first. Was it my first? Yeah, it was my first album. Obia le Chef, Kotola, Nimrod, Deluxe, French rap. Again, I'm sorry for all English listeners, but Kotola beats on there. The sequencing is unbelievable. And drumless beats, great fucking samples. And Obia le Chef, just the bars. It's just the bars. So many great bars on there. Like, it's ridiculous.
If you've seen Carl, your whole list, he's been writing all the artists down. He's gonna learn French also.
Yeah.
What do you mean learn French?
You speak
Parlez-vous
French?
français?
Ah,
Mais oui.
love it.
I spent my first 17 years in Canada.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I'm not brushed up. I don't want to have a conversation with anybody, but I can understand when people are speaking to me.
Donc ouais, Obia le Chef, un de mes albums préférés cette année. Number 3, Ty Farris, Run Towards the Monster. Wow. And I didn't put Time in of a Tarantula because I counted as 2024. for my
Ah,
list. I counted it. I knew it. I knew they was released 20. I remember when we review it. I remember that. But yeah, Run to the Monsters totally gave me hope on their underground rap again. I totally knocked me out my fucking seat. I was hooked on it. It's everything I want. Best cover of the year too. Thank you. Um,
can I pause you just for a second?
yes,
What happens to albums that are released late December or in December after we've made choices?
I go to next year.
Okay, timing of a tarantula. Thank you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There you go. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I
I
didn't
hate
want to do
artists
it
that do that.
because I know Steven gets mad at that. And then
It's called
number
OCD.
two, number two, one of my number tens of the year. I give it a 10. And you know what, man? When I did this list and I really listened to the albums, this album still hits me the same. I fucking love this album. Pro Dillinger, Dirt Wave 3 is fucking good. It's
So
so
great.
fucking great. I don't. The production value is so sick. The way that Pro Dillinger rhymes is so. He's not like I said a million times, but he's not like the lyricist that you need to break your head. He just gives it to you
Mhm.
right in front and there. He's not trying to fucking make you mental gymnastic with his lyricism. He's just telling you whatever the fuck he feels on the moment. The sequencing is perfect. The timing is perfect, and it resonated so much with what I was dealing with in my life and what I needed. So, Pro Dillinger, Dirt Wave 3.
So, do you know why it was number four on my list and not number one?
Why?
Mm.
Because it's an EP, and I
Okay.
wanted them to give me more.
Okay, yeah, I can.
I wanted
Yeah.
11 or 12 songs on that album. Every time I listen to it, I have to go back through it because I don't feel like there's enough. Like
Yeah.
it's all amazing. It's
Yeah.
all fantastic. Top notch.
Hmm.
But I could have taken four or five more songs.
We could always
Would
take
have made
four or
it
five.
perfect. Would have
Yeah.
made it perfect for me. So yeah, I'm not trying to punish either of them because I love them both. But that's why it was number four and not number one. If I had
Number one.
had four more tracks of what they were giving me, I don't know that there's an album that could have touched that.
And for me, there was one album that did it for me. And again, uh, I hate doing I hate doing the mainstream underground thing. For me, rap is rap. But the Clips album, Let God Sort Them Out, is the most that I listened to this year. The verses from Malice give me the chills all the time. Those beats are all my favorite beats. Stuff that I didn't like at the beginning when we first listened to it, I fucking love it now. And yeah, I just think Malice and those verses are just so nasty, and those beats are just so nasty. Pharrell did such a great job. I think he gave us an album that I can listen in the next 10 years. So that to me is untouchable. So for me, for them to come back after those years too, after 15 years and doing
Hmm.
an album like this, I don't think something is even close. I know it's unfair, the production value. I mean, they released this at the Louis Vuitton headquarters, and so the levels are really different of our underground rapper. But I just cannot deny it. I is the main album that I listened this year. Clips.
And I like the fact that you don't stick to just underground. And again, I've prefaced every time I've come on that,
Mm-hmm.
my focus is always this
Yeah.
underground lane. So
Yeah.
I don't get to check out as much mainstream stuff. But that Clips album, and really it was an interesting year for artists coming back.
Yeah.
Mass Appeal, dropping um Ghostface, dropping Raekwon,
Yeah.
dropping Slick Rick,
Yep.
dropping Nas, dropping De La Soul, dropping Mobb
Redman.
Deep. You know,
Redman
It's
yeah.
true.
dropped.
So, there
Redman
were
didn't make the list. Fuck.
well, but it's
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like, there were some hits and misses in there.
Yeah.
Obviously De La Soul The Mob Deep record, the Clips record, all I think hit really, really well.
Yeah.
Um, I don't feel the same about the Raekwon and Ghostface
No.
albums. They're not
No.
really where they could have been, but it was an interesting year for artists coming back that haven't been around in a while. So
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And like I don't like to do the both sides, but at the same time, my list is really everything. So,
hmm
and I preferred underground. So I always gonna prefer underground rap than mainstream for the most part. So yeah, there you go. Like I get a mix of everything, and
really good list.
I think of a three I listen to the most mainstream. Oh, and I want to say I had one extra category this year, and
hmm
I'm gonna give you the worst album that I've listened this year. The worst that I listened, because there are bad albums that I didn't listen to them. The worst album I listened this year is that Lil Wayne Carter 6. It was fucking horrendous. And you know what? I started listening to it just to say, like, okay, I did listen to the whole thing twice
Jesus.
because I was
Why?
astonished at how bad it is. And if to me, that's a straight hit to the legacy. Like, that's a straight hit to the legacy. And that's all I gotta say. The worst album I listened this year.
Love your
Mm.
list though.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Your top 10 albums was great.
Your lists always intrigue me. I find them very interesting, and
hmm
it shows that you listen to a lot of, like, obviously language, right? That
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
able
for
to,
sure.
because
Yeah.
I don't understand anything in French rap, and I understand French. I also don't have really good vocabulary in French, so it's
Mm-hmm.
very difficult for me to understand French rap. But it's amazing that you have the different languages in there. I'm just like, I mean, can't
And
wait
you
to.
and you never listen to Obia Le Chef. I told you to listen to it a
I
million
listen to it.
times.
I
Like,
don't understand it. There's a difference between listening
okay,
and
okay,
not understanding it.
okay.
This is where we always argue. But anyways, great list, Milenko.
We
Okay,
didn't much arguing. Not much arguing this year. Eh?
no, I
I love
guess our
that you live in Montreal and don't speak fluent French. That's so funny to me.
No,
well,
but I think it's just
And I
because
know
of
it's
the
very
rapping.
divided.
I think it's because of the rapping is tough. It's
no,
a
but
little
it's
bit
very
tough.
divided. Here is very divided, and we'll get into it more when I see you in person. On
Yes.
so my list. First and foremost, before I give you my list, I just want to say that my top one artist of the year that I listened to the most this year is not hip hop, and it was the band Deftones. Number three was Oasis. And number four was a bunch of shit I don't even understand. Like I had Blur in my list. I had like hip hop. I only had one artist, and it was Machacha, because he did 6 billion records with all hip hop artists.
That's
But
so
again,
funny.
this
I
list was
think I think for me, my number one was Mike Schaap. Second was McGee. Third one was another rapper. I don't know who it is. Obi, and I don't remember. Kate LeBon. Kate LeBon was in there. Kate LeBon was in there, like number 5 or something. But
and it's and
not
it's
much rapper.
and it's okay to listen to different genres of music. I just find it just opens up the brain. Okay, here's my list.
Let's do it.
So I have two honorable mentions that I had in my list, and then I remembered that there was other albums, and then they came into my list. So when I put out this list, actually visual, it's gonna be a top 20. But
Jesus.
two honorable mentions. Hooter Hyena by Top Hooter, produced by Michelangelo. Love that project. Love that project. Such a standout body of work. I love that you guys had him on the Abyss and were able to go through every single song and the emotions of creating that album. And you could hear it, and it's an album that literally gives me chills every time I listen to it. Primo Jab and Hobgoblin. If there's a record that I put on when I don't know what to listen to, besides the band Deftones, I go to that Primo Jab and Hobgoblin record, because
Nice.
I am just so fascinated on Primo Jab. I find him such a very interesting lyricist. He's almost, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it's almost like he's talking directly to us when he raps. And it's like it's an individual conversation. And I find it like maybe it's just me. We all consume music differently, but I just find he has such a different approach to creating a song or a structure of a song. And he never holds back on his lyricism. It's black and white. There ain't no gray. And that project, again, is just such a incredible body of work. So technically, that's my number 11. Number 10 is Mondo Slade and God Bless Beats, Masks and Bandanas. I say this all the time. How that is not played on radio, to me, is fucking mind boggling because it's all anthems. Every single one of those tracks is anthems.
Wham.
How is it not? Do they play it in strip clubs? Do they play it at parties? Do they like? Because those are all hits. All hits. If people just got their heads out of their fucking ass,
at college football games, they should be playing them.
Right? Like that's it. I don't want to use the term party music, but it's music that you play at a party. It's fucking, and they did a wonderful job with this. I don't care if it's 8 tracks. It was one of the first albums we reviewed this year, and it's consistently always being listened to. Number 9 is going to be Action Figure. Doom Was Right. Fucking love that project. How he produced it, how he rapped on it. He had 3 featurings. He had Vega on there. He had Blue Azul on there. And he had, I can't plead for the life of me, I can't remember his name. Eric the Red.
Mm-hmm.
Just really a great project. Always in rotation. And what better than have wrestling bars? Number 8 is going to be Andre the Saint. Don't Meet Your Heroes. Outstanding project.
Mm-hmm.
I said this when we reviewed it. It gave me Common, Little Brother vibes. He was able to tap into such a soulful, jazzy world. It was just so elegantly put together. I love that project. And that's a different bag that Andre the Saint is able to tap into. He was giving us a bit of singing on here, like just the melodies within his vocals. Where are we? Number 8? Number 8. Yeah, we're at number 8. Are we at number 8? I'm fucking terrible. No, we're at number 7.
No, 7.
Yeah. Number 7. It's good to write the numbers when you put these lists together, by the way. Number 7 is going to be Ty Farris, Run Toward the Monster. What else is there to say about Ty Farris? He's just an incredible artist and always pushes the boundaries and always gives us stellar projects. Never gives us a project of 15, 20 minutes, always gives us 40 minutes plus, and every single track is amazing. Number 6 is going to be Sheikh Hanif, The Hand That Feeds. Brilliant artist, brilliant body of work. The storytelling on here is so vivid, so amazing. I just love everything that he's done on here. And it's really difficult to put a project together with different producers. And he literally had different producers on every single track almost. And it was literally able to stay in the same soundscape. Great job. Also a great human being. I had the opportunity to meet him in person, and the dude gave me the time of day.
Yes.
He also knew exactly who I was on just messaging him in the DMs. And he values people's appreciation for his music. But put that all aside, he fucking makes great music.
Great music. Great album.
Great fucking music.
You know what it's like? It's like first person rap. It's like you get to kind of live through his eyes and experience. That's the way he tells stories.
Yeah.
Is this first person point of view of this is my experience, and he just gives you this great window into that.
Yeah, and you kind of like sit back. It's like almost like reading a book on somebody, like an autobiography.
Hmm.
And this was his autobiography. And you mentioned it, Carl, how he came from the Wilderness album and he came to this. Fucking great.
Yep.
Fucking great. Number five, I think we're at five. Am I counting correctly?
Yes.
Number five, Este Nac, Al Divino, Grubby
Wow.
Paws, coldest
Coldest combo
combo
ever.
ever. If
It's a
there's a
great album.
if there's an album that literally took me out of left field and punched me right into the fucking brain, and I was like, whoa. And you know what, Carl? I give you props to that because you mentioned this project to me as soon as it came out, because it was only available on Bandcamp, right? Or
Hmm.
on right, and you had purchased it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait, and then finally I was able to get it, and I was just like, fuck, I'm a moron. Like the chemistry between Al Divino and Estenac over those fucking phenomenal beats by Grubby Paws are just amazing,
Hmm.
and they never miss. And I am gonna say this, and for all the people that want to bash me for this, I think this is one of Al Divino's best projects.
I would agree.
One of Al Divino's best projects. After putting out a billion records in the last 5 to 7 years, this one to me stands out the most.
And
And
the two of them have worked together a lot, so they're familiar. They know
Yeah.
each other well.
yeah, great chemistry.
Hmm.
All right, here goes. Number four, a project that has never really left my top five, and it's very hard to want to remove this project. And I feel it's a very underrated record. Is Figureson, The Fifth Horseman, produced by Machacha.
Muchacha. Yep.
Love that record. And I always that album brings me back to a time of when music was so obscure, and he is very obscure, and how Machacha was able to give him kind of obscure left field type of beats to me. And Milenko, we listened to it on the car when we drove to Jersey.
Yeah.
Like any time of the day, this really fits in well. You're able literally to remove the production and just focus on him, and then vice versa.
Mhm.
Love this project. Love. And I like, even if I wanted to take it out of the top five, it's almost impossible. Same with number three, Josiah the Gift, The Happening. Don't
Nice.
care what anybody says. This project still stood the test of time for me. It's Josiah's best project. He has some of the best Machacha production on here. And it's really what you want to hear from Josiah the Gift. The featurings fit perfectly. Just the opening track with Vega 7, fucking phenomenal. I think we broke down that song for about an hour and a half on an episode once.
Mhm.
But just he's an amazing lyricist. The dude is so talented. Number two is the champ, the EVA champ, Pro Dillinger,
Hmm.
and Future Wave, Dirt Wave 3. This is my favorite Pro Dillinger album and the best out of the three. And I know, Carl, you said it's very short, but, and you know what? You're not wrong. At the end, I'm like, fuck, I got to play it again. But you know what? When an album wants you to have more and you just want to intake a lot more, it means that they're doing something right.
Oh, I'm just being selfish. That's all.
It's okay. And you have the right to be selfish because I want to say the same thing as you're saying because this
Hmm.
fucking project is near perfect,
Hmm.
like near perfect, whether it's from the cover art to just,
Sep crushed all that. Yeah.
and Sepp is one of my favorite like artists. And you'll see, I put him on another list that I was asked to give. It's even just with having one thing out, it just adds so much value to a record. It's how was I gonna call it? Camouflaged chaos or beautiful chaos. That's what the cover art is. It's beautiful chaos.
Hmm.
And Pro is just Michael. You said it. He doesn't need to be the best lyricist. It's just how he delivers himself.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's his style.
yeah. And not a lot of people could do that. He has a very aggressive style, but not a lot of people are able to deliver that the way he does. And there's songs on here like Scarface that you're just like, how the fuck do not people don't know this? How don't people know about this song or are able to hear it? How hasn't it gotten to so many different people? Fucking love this project. And my number one, fuck. I don't know how it's none of your number ones. I'm sorry, I'm calling you both out on this because I fucking love this project to the death. That I look at the cover art, I'm like, Steven, you like getting tattoos of artists, cover arts, all this jazz. It's in my top of what I'm gonna get next as a tattoo. And this is Vega 7 and Machacha the Gorse Orchid. I adore this project. I love this project. This is a 10 on 10. This is a 10 on 10.
It's an amazing project.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I like I could go back to this and find something new every listen. And when I mean something new, it doesn't mean in one song I'll find something new. It's in every single song that I'll find something new. And it has to do with delivery, it has to do with lyrics, it has to do with production. I'm literally taking, I think it's one, they're from Denmark, right? Machacha,
I believe
Copenhagen.
so.
Copenhagen.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah.
because there's two
They
guys
did
on
it
here
over
that
there.
are speaking in Dutch, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they did
um,
over there.
I want somebody to give me their lyrics in English. I'm about to ask ChatGPT and pay for that, where they take those lyrics and fucking give it to me in English. And I just think that track 2 is just brilliant. How Vega 7 fits so well with two guys that don't speak or are not rapping in the English language. And it's just such a fucking brilliant project. Stained Glass is a fucking incredible song. One of Vega's best songs. And I think this is, look, between this and Shadowrunner, I can't choose which one is better. It just has to depend on mood. It really has to depend on my mood. This is fucking incredible. So yeah, that's my top 10 of the
Great
year.
list.
Mm.
I know
So you're
Vega
gonna
was coming.
you're gonna call me out for not having it number one. At least it was on my list. You didn't even mention Thousand Yard Stare. Have you listened to that record?
Absolutely. But this is why I didn't have a good day because of the stressfulness of not no look, there's a lot, huh? Here.
And no
I know.
clips. No clips, Steven. No clips.
That's why I'm putting out a top 20. And there's gonna be a lot of things on here. Like, I don't understand how I didn't put this on here.
It goes to Valbizu too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
And honestly, I really I can't believe I missed on Sheikh Hanif's record. I don't even know why that's not in my list because it was such an impactful album.
but look, whether you like the underground or not, I think they're doing such a fucking phenomenal job at what they do with their music.
Oh, you
I
can't deny it. Yeah,
Yeah, and
you
I will
can't
also
deny it.
say I think, it clearly speaks to the amount of quality that came out this year that we had so much difficulty. And I can think of five other records that none of us mentioned that we probably should have mentioned. I mean, there's so much great quality music out right now. And I was really afraid after 2022 and 2023 we had these great runs and there were some really great albums that came out, and then 2024 kind of topped it, and I'm like, how long is this going to last? And I mean, 2025 did not disappoint at all.
No, and you know
No.
what? Mainstream did a great job also, like Clips. Like,
Hmm.
and Clips tapped into the underground because they got Stove God. Yeah, he's kind of almost broken that barrier, but they got Stove God.
No,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of this stuff happening right now. I mean, Mass Appeal's definitely tapped in. They did a Rome Streets album with Conductor. There's um they had a lot of underground people featured on some of these records from the seven legends that they had dropped this year. But you've got you really just the crossover of independent underground artists getting a shot with mainstream people is happening. Look at how many tracks have we got now with Method Man and Mickey Diamond
Yeah.
or Rome. He has this track with Rome.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just a really a good spot for us. I think it's definitely going to help elevate this underground into a much more mainstream space. This boom bap resurgence or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Whatever you want to call it, but like just these artists that we mentioned and the albums and stuff like that, and we just don't put these just to put these here. It's like it's records that we literally go back to numerous amounts of time that stand out. And I just like you put UFO Thief, man. It's like fuck, I want to have him on my list. I do, and he's gonna be on a list. Like you mentioned, Milenko. Like you mentioned Mike Shab. Like, fuck. Like, what a great artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for again, I think I could have even put him on Underdog. I was thinking about putting him in Underdog as a
I think that would have fit
he
for
does
sure.
something so different than other, and he's underground. He uses underground and boot bap beats, but he's mostly like he uses double time, and his content is more like trap driven. So you don't see much of those either. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean underground is full of new and good artists.
But
So
look at
Mhm.
this year. Like, I'm gonna mention this again, Montreal. And I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy that Montreal is doing good. Nicholas Craven, Mike Shab, Borden, and 80 Rock, fucking Vincent Price and Slick Jack. Like such great quality artists that are kind of starting to get pushed and people starting to, get to know who they are and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I'm super happy that Montreal is doing great.
yeah,
Uh, and you know what? Again, I'm gonna mention this Primo Job. Like he didn't put out a record that we just like because we know who he is. You mentioned that. Like the dude puts out fucking good music.
Yes.
I
Like
love that project. I love that Primo job too.
Malenko,
Really.
you love the one that when he came on the with Uncle Fester.
Yeah, yeah, I love that too.
Like it's like the dude puts out really great music,
Mhm.
enjoyable music, standout music, and it's
Yep.
not always the same sound. So we got to give props where props is due. So I'm just really happy at the space that they are, and hip hop underground is kind of getting recognized a lot more. Like you mentioned, the artists from the mainstream are kind of wanting to work with them.
No Boldy James, huh?
Well, no,
I
he.
think he has maybe 6, 7 albums.
I think no. I think he has like
More?
20 projects that he put out
This year
this.
he had quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few, and no one made the cut.
Well, Trap's
Um,
list is probably gonna have 6 Boldy James albums on
yeah,
there.
Trap. I can't wait to see that list, Rob. Can't wait to see
Uh,
it.
yeah. Before we get up out of here, please stay till the end. We're gonna have 5, 6 videos of friends of ours, important people in the underground, Luki, Primo, the Corner Pocket, Trap Diesel, and Derek, and maybe another one that gave us their top 10 albums
That
of
big
the year
cheese.
uh, that are very important also because they're very different than ours. I'll be honest, I
Mhm.
watched the videos, they're very different than ours, and it's just great to see people contributing uh, to what we put together. So please stay till the end. Carl, anything you want to add?
I love you guys.
Love you too,
I
Carl.
I I, I love getting to do these. I as nerve-wracking as it was putting the list together, I was very excited about getting to sit down and hear your choices because you guys have great taste in music. So
Same
that's
to
awesome.
you. Same to you. And we've been going back and forth all year. By the way, just before I give the word to Malenko, this will be my last time doing this podcast, and so will Carl with the Abyss because I'm gonna be moving to Atlanta, and we are going to be doing our own podcast together where we'll be reviewing music from the 80s and the 90s, only rock music.
There you go.
And
All
it's
right,
gonna
let's
be
do it.
father and son.
Right? I just want to review Alice in Chains albums, please.
Oh man, I mean,
Alice
there's
in
so many great.
Chains.
We could definitely go for years reviewing records from the 80s and the 90s. just in rock.
It'll be fucking fun because that's all I've been listening to. Milenko, anything else you want to add?
No, man, what a great year. Another year completed. It went so fast. So many albums. Thank you for all the listeners. And please, if you have your own list and you're not shy, put it in the comments. Let's see your list. I can't wait to see if you guys disagree with me, if you're mad at me. You're like, why, Milenko, we don't speak French? What are the fucking choices? So, yeah, I can't wait to see the list. Feel free to put it in there. And thank you for the full year's support. And we're gonna do even better next year. We're talking about it. So
there's a lot to do better because this year was fucking incredible.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say I will challenge anybody that wants to complain about you choosing French records. Get Duolingo, learn some French, and expand your brain. You can do it. So
yeah,
these albums are probably worth it. You should probably learn a second language and check it out.
Yeah, the more languages you know, the better it is. Trust me. I know 4, maybe a 5th. Karl, always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure. And I'm telling you, like I said the first time, we ain't doing these lists without you. I literally kicked out Derek and Trap so that we can have you.
I feel bad now.
Too bad. No, this is what it is. The Abyss, all-time pod. I love having you here, man. I appreciate you guys always, and especially for what you guys bring to the hip-hop culture. So thank you always. The last thing I'm going to say is always thank all 3 of you and what you guys do.
Thank you so much for that.
We'll be back maybe next week, Milenko, if you're not busy.
Yeah. No, I'm always busy, but it's Christmas and everything. So happy holidays to everyone too.
Yeah, happy holidays. Whether you celebrate or you don't celebrate, you like Christmas or not. I'm usually the Grinch. And I wake up on Christmas morning really in a bad mood, but that's just because I have different issues I need to deal with.
That's crazy. I'm a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you open gifts?
My wife. We open them at Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's a move.
It's either that or I wake my wife up at 4:00 in the morning.
That's amazing.
So she can have her choice, and she's chosen to sleep in Christmas Day. So we open them Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm a huge 5-year-old. I love Christmas.
That's nice. Awesome. I got to really change my mood. I think 2026 is going to be different for me. Stopping to buy CDs, being in a better mood. And yeah. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll be back next week. The year-end review is here. We appreciate you all. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, yeah, the John Cena salute.
Oh, Jesus, it's true.
It's true, John Cena.
Yeah. I did that for you.
Tap out with the smirk.
There you go. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, it's your motherfucking boy, 8-Ball Broadway, the motherfucking Corner Pocket 718, representing the Abyss podcast. My boy Steven Altar from Canada asked me to send him a top 10 album list for 2025. Let's get it, man. We about to get it. I'm not going to spend too much time explaining why, which album is here and which album is there. At number 10, going all the way down to number 1. Number 10 is definitely Wipe One's Eye with Ness, Heist Life, The Nice Life, Beneficial Lord, you know what I mean? Number 9 came out earlier this year, you know what I'm saying, and I've been listening to it all year. Threesome 5, Only Built for Supermodels by Huss Kingpin. Number 8, I had to say Wiggy Wave. Again, Beneficial Lord on the list. Body Rock on the number 7. I might have to go with the Blue Carpet. Snotty, fully produced by Goodfella. 6, Infinite Wave, man. Fully produced by Bone Wessel. Shout out to Bone Wessel too. Number 5, another Feed the Family member, Huda Hyena, Top Huda. You know what I'm saying? And that was another one that was hard. That shit was hard. Pause. Now we getting down to the nitty gritty, man. The top 4. Number 4, Brap 2, fully produced by V-Don, man. And my number 3 album, I copped on vinyl and I got signed a few hours ago. And that would have to be Train Spotting, Rome Streets. See, I got the Rome Street signature, and Conductor Williams, man. I reviewed this one, but it got hit with a copyright. So number 2. Dirt Wave 3, Big Umbrella shit, Big 19 shit, Dirt House Records, Pro Dillinger, Future Wave, man. 1 spot on 8-Ball Broadway, the Corner Pocket 718, My number one favorite album of all year. Cardiac Kings, Mondo Slade, King Rim, Minister Hot, man. There it is, man. My top 10 favorite albums to drop in 2025. Shout out to Steven All Time Podcast. Abyss Podcast represented. And we out this bitch. Yeah!
Hey, what's up, All Time Podcast? You know how hard it was to come up with this list? Very hard work that you guys gave me, man. But here I am, have no fear. Primo Jab is here. These are some albums in 2025 that I really liked a lot. Crime Apple, Bulletproof Chicken, Vic Spencer, Trees Are Undefeated, Top Hooter, Hooter Hyena, Sheikh Hanif, The Hand That Feeds, Pro Dillinger, and Future Wave with Dirt Wave 3, UFO Thief and Body Bag Ben, 1,000 Yard Stare, SD Knack, Aldivino, Grubby Paws, Coldest Combo Ever, Vegas 7 and Machacha, The Ghost Orchid, Machacha and Josiah the Gift, The Happening, Money Mowgli and Machacha, Wolfie Boy Momac, you see the theme, Snotty, The Blue Carpet, Water, Pledge Fealty with Passport Rav. Yup, that's a good list. That's a solid list. Oh, and Slime Stew 2. Absolutely. That's my list. Enjoy it. All Time Podcast. Listen to some good music.
Hey, what's up, all-timers? You recognize the voices, the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. Also, sneak peek for 2026. I am now the messiah of podcasting. That's right. I'm coming to save everyone from the terrible podcasts out there. Stay tuned in 2026. I'm here on Steven's request to give you my top 10 albums, hip-hop albums of 2025 for the year-end review. So without any further ado, let's get going. At number 10, we have God Does Like a Good by JID. Not too sure how to pronounce that one. Number 9, we're going to have Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips. I know we've been waiting on the Clips album. It did not disappoint. Number 8, we're going to have Gollywog by Billy Woods. Super dark album. Great. Absolutely loved it. Number 7, we're going to have The Ghost Orchid by Vega 7 The Ronin. As Steven has already said on the podcast many times, what's left to say about Vega 7 The Ronin? He's on top of his game. Number 6, we're going to have The Hand That Feeds by Sheikh Hanif. Great project. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. I do want to preface by saying that the list here, everything moves quite a bit depending on my mood. Number 5, we're going to have Run Towards the Monster by Ty Farris and Apollo Brown. One of the best projects this year. We've reviewed it plenty. Go check out that video. At number 4, we're going to have The Price You Pay by Slick Jack and Vincent Price. That's actually my most listened to album in 2025. It's just a great album to put at any time. Number 3, we're going to have God by Ferris Blusa. Ferris Blusa had a hell of a year with his God project, but I do think that this one stands out above all the other ones. Number 2, we're going to have The Uncomfortable Truth by Ransom and Conductor Williams. Conductor Williams probably gave his best beats of the year to Ransom, and there's nothing left to say about Ransom. He's one of the best to ever do it. And number 1, we're going to have Seeds in Babylon by Che Noir and Superior. Absolutely loved this album when it came out. Revisited it. Keep loving that album. Yeah, you guys need to check it out. All right, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Peace. Luka Cage here. 2025 was a great year. There was some disappointments. Here's my biggest disappointments. Mass Appeal. If it was 1998, it would have been a great year. You know what I'm saying? If all these releases came out in 98 and it was this lineup, it would be a different vibe, different tools, different year. But all in all, the ones I liked the most were the Mobb Deep, the De La Soul, and the Wrong Street. Other than that, the Slick Rick wasn't that good to me. The Raekwon wasn't that good. The Ghostface definitely wasn't good to me. The Nas and DJ Premier wasn't that good to me. The Big L was okay. You know what I mean? So Mass Appeal was one of the biggest disappointments, even though it was like one of the biggest things for this year. They put out the Wrong Streets, though. Great. But the bigger disappointment to me this year was Conductor, We Have a Solution. It came out, Octavius Briars, on streaming services. It was on iTunes, so I bought it so it wouldn't disappear. If it wasn't real. I hit up one of my homies. Apparently, at these shows, they'd be charging like $100 or $500 or $1,000 a seat or whatever. he was performing this album, Conductor Has a Solution. So the album was real. Yeah. But now it might not ever come out because I guess my commie didn't pay him, Conductor Williams. So it might not come out ever. But I have it. And it's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Golden Child or so I don't even know her, but she, yeah, definitely had a great verse on there. Big Chico, O3 Greedo, yeah. They had a lot of great songs in there. And also, Makami and Alchemist don't get along. They have a song on there called "I'm Not From Beverly Hills," featuring Styles P. Great song, low key. It's one of my songs of the year. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's dissing Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Who else in our culture is from Beverly Hills? This album was phenomenal. It's dope, especially the first 5 songs. But then the Ransom and Conductor Williams album came out, and they have a song on the Conductor We Have a Solution album called Grace with O3 Greedo. It's cool. I like it. Full length trenches, whatever. But it has the same beat on the Ransom Conductor Williams called Temple Run. That song on Ransom album, holy shit. JR goes first. Verse of the year. I ran that shit back 4 times. You ever listened to it yet? Holy shit. So even though Conductor We Have a Solution didn't come out, I still find it dope that I got it. A lot of people don't have it. And on top of that, fucking the Temple Run and Grace shit parallels. I love the Grace song with O3 Greedo, but JR has the verse of the year. If you haven't listened to the Ransom and Conductor Williams album, holy shit, that shit is fucking phenomenal, yo. But that's one of my biggest disappointments, that we will probably never have an official release of Conductor We Have a Solution, because my commie's name is shit right now. Alchemists don't like him. Knowledge don't like him. Shit. So who else don't like him? A lot of people don't like Mock right now. Conductor Williams, he's suing him. Yeah. I love Mock. That album's phenomenal. Word. The man in the 3-piece. The man in the 3-piece. Something. Said that he was a fan of the EP. Said it was the feces. Something drove around in the GT. It's awesome, yo. But that album not coming out like it should be, and the people not to get the music because of bad business practices is probably my biggest disappointment. Because last year, Rich Ass Haitians was my favorite album with the verse of the year, Euro Drew talking about Dog S.A. But it's funny, this year, Makami had one of my favorite albums again, but the same beat was on another album, but JR had the best verse of the year. Go listen to that shit. He put in the Matt Barnes shit and the Nico Harris shit in the fucking verse. JR is phenomenal, yo. But that right there, yeah, boom. 2025, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though Mass Appeal is not really in our genre, in our niche lane, a lot, they did put out the wrong streets, so they're connected with us. You know what I'm saying? So boom, that's it right there. Shout out Steve. Shout out Milenko. Shout out to all y'all motherfuckers out there. Remember, drink water, and girls can't get pregnant through the mouth. 1.